Today I'll be going over the support team's response about why side objectives aren't working properly. I'll show you a handy trick to flip your fast recon vehicle back over, plus it looks like Mordish is shifting. We'll dig into that and so much more. If you find this video helpful at any point, consider hitting the like button, subscribing, and turning on notifications. Hey Helldivers, today we've got some wild news about the black hole and Mordish. I've seen reports floating around that Mordish has shifted slightly in recent updates. Nothing major, but definitely noticeable. A member of the Helldivers Discord even posted a screenshot of the planet's value, showing it's moved just recently, which really caught my eye. I'm starting to think this might be because the black hole is creeping closer to Mordish, messing with its orbit or something and causing these weird changes in its values. What's even crazier is that the black hole itself has shifted too. It's drifted away from Angel's Venture and is now heading towards Super Earth, which has me on my edge. All things considered, I've got a bad feeling that Mordish might be the next planet to bite the dust, and that's honestly pretty insane to think about. I definitely wasn't expecting two planets to get wiped out like this, let alone in such a short span. Now, I'm wondering, could this be just the beginning? Are we going to see more planets destroyed as this black hole keeps moving? What do you all think about this? Do you have any theories on what's coming next? Could we see 3 planets taken out or maybe more? I'd love to hear your thoughts. This is getting intense. Next up, the known issue list has been updated once again. This time it highlights a bug impacting the Hellbomb stratagem list and the ultimatum where the projectile seems to disappear. If you head over to the developer support site and scroll towards the very bottom, you'll notice a new bug added to the list that mentions portable Hellbomb stratagem does not show up in ship management stratagems. You can see here that it indeed doesn't appear on the list alongside the other Warbond stratagems, while the chemical agents and the urban legend stratagems are listed. The new Hellbomb stratagem is noticeably absent. The next bug on the list involves an issue with the ultimatum projectile. Right here, the support team noted, ultimatum projectiles may disappear after hitting an enemy. I couldn't get a clip of that yet. Overall, these two bugs aren't massive or game-breaking by any stretch, but I thought they were worth mentioning in this video to keep you all updated on what's going on. Speaking of bugs, there's another one worth noting. If you use the raised weapon emote from the Servants of Freedom Warbond while moving, it actually prevents you from interacting with objects, using stratagems, or firing your weapons. Before we dive into the support team's response, I want to show you the issue in action. The clip you're seeing here comes from Sarag on the Glitch Unlimited Discord. You can see him trigger the emote, then try to interact with an object. Nothing works. The only fix is to swap weapons. He also submitted a support ticket about it, and here's what the support team had to say in response. Greetings, Helldiver. Thank you for bringing this matter to our attention. This is a known issue that is being tracked by our quality assurance team and investigated by our coders. I cannot guarantee when it will be resolved, but rest assured that it is in our sights. You can tell they're aware of the bug, but it's unclear when it'll be fixed or if it's a top priority. If you've run into the same problem, rest assured it'll eventually be sorted out. I'd love to hear if you've noticed any other bugs since the recent patch. Feel free to share them in the comments below. Now let's dive into a recent bug impacting side objectives. I'm sure many of you have noticed it lately, where you call in a probe or a flag stratagem, it sometimes doesn't spawn correctly. The support team is aware of the issue, but they're struggling to replicate the bug consistently. In this post here, support team member B Vitamin wrote the following in response to a player. Where mission stratagems can't be called in, looking into it, but we're struggling to reproduce the issue. Wondering if there's some requirement or trigger needed for it to happen. So far in all the testing, they've been available as intended. We'll keep looking into it, but any extra info is appreciated. I haven't encountered this bug myself yet, but I've seen a ton of reports about it popping up recently. It looks like it might take a while to resolve since the support team is struggling to replicate the issue for a proper patch. Once I get more info on this, I'll definitely update you all in a separate video to keep you in the loop, whether the support team has figured out how to replicate it and if there's a patch on the way to fix it. If you guys have any clue as to what's going on, make sure to send in a support ticket. I'll leave a link down below to their support site and you can submit one. Moving on, have you ever had your fast recon vehicle flip over and just sit there stubbornly immobile? Of course you have. Haven't we all suffered from a little erectile recon vehicle dysfunction at some point? Don't worry, I've got you covered. I'll show you how to flip it back over and get things running smoothly again. My go-to fix, equip the Plas 15 Loyalist as your secondary. Once it's in your loadout, you can use it to flip a vehicle. Take a look, my vehicle is upside down right now. What you do is charge up the Plas 15 Loyalist, aim at the underside, and fire away. The blast will flip it around, landing it back on all four wheels, good as new. You can now continue to spread democracy without any sort of mishaps. On top of that, the Plas 15 Loyalist is a great secondary to use, especially on the Illuminates. I hope you found this helpful. With that out of the way, I'd like to show you a cool glitch next that lets you explore the back portion of the Super Destroyer. I actually demonstrated this in a previous video, but the developers temporarily patched that method at the time, so I'm going to walk you through how to do it again, especially for those who might not have seen the video a month or two ago. So all you need is the kick emote. Though you can use any emote you prefer, I just find the kick emote works best personally. Anyway, what you want to do is go to the front of the Super Destroyer where the Galactic war table is, go to the left side. You're going to slowly walk around here. You're essentially going to feel a bump, and this will eventually elevate you up. So you're going to be doing the elevator glitch. As you go up, make sure you slowly push forward and do not rush it at all. Once you're at the top, we're going to do the emote glitch, which consists of just spamming the emote button while walking off a ledge. You'll land right here on this invisible barrier. We're going to follow the railing here on the side and continue going forward, drop off to the right, and then you're going to see this gap here. We want to do the same thing, walk off the ledge, emote glitch forward. At this point, you'll be able to land on top of this platform here, and then we'll continue forward. You're going to spam emote again, and we're going to push to the left as we drop to the right. This is going to ascend you upwards, and at this point, we'll continue going up and up and up until we're on the far left. If you go to the right, you'll end up getting stuck in between this gap, and you do not want to do that, obviously, right? So let's continue upwards until you're right here. We're going to go to the left. You can spam emote again if you would like to, just to be sure that you don't fall through. I do it anyways because you never know. At this point, you're going to see this red texture here. We're going to continue on the left here, go around it. Again, I spam emote just to make sure that I do not fall because, you know, there is a chance you may go too far over and you don't want to do that. Now that we're on the other side, push to the left, go forward, and then you're going to see this metal beam here. We're going to go upwards. Then follow it straight forward. Eventually you'll drop down and you'll be on the bottom portion of the Super Destroyer, and that's it. That's how you get there. What we have next is a broadcast on the Super Destroyer, all that you need to know. And if you haven't seen this, definitely check it out because apparently the oldest war hero has just passed away recently. Anyways, here it is.
This is Kelly with all you need to know. In a giant leap for Super Earth, the Helldivers have successfully entered the gloom. Initial findings support the theory of gloom spores as powerful mutagens. The last surviving hero of the First Galactic War has passed away at 103. His final words, "Serving was my life's greatest honor." And the University of Super Earth is adopting a new standardized patriotism test for admissions. Applicants, make sure to stretch your saluting arm.
Yeah, that's interesting. So the first Galactic war hero has just passed away. Interesting to see that in the game. And if you haven't seen it, there you go. I think that's awesome to see that they incorporate certain stories within the Super Destroyer, and it's so fun to listen into. On a different note, if you haven't noticed already, we're on track to fail the new Mage Order. Sure, we've got 3 days left, but we've barely made a dent into liberating Fori Prime. I'm starting to think this might be intentional, maybe it's tied to the story somehow. Of course, I could be off the mark, perhaps we'll pick up some momentum in the next 2 days, but as it stands, with Fori Prime hardly liberated, it looks like we're going to fail. I'd love to hear your thoughts on why this might be happening, drop them in the comments. Could it be that the biome's just too tough, with Terminates spawning everywhere, plus multiple chargers and Biletines popping up? It's definitely a challenge, so what do you think is going on here? Alrighty, the CEO Shams responded to a player after this player basically asked the CEO in this post, can we see new armors in the future, but instead of new armor passives, we can see new armors, but with pre-existing passives. Essentially, they're wondering if the game could introduce new armor designs that use existing passives like Scout, Fortified, and Engineering Kit, rather than creating entirely new passive abilities. In response, the CEO wrote this: "I don't have a specific answer for you, but we are considering different fun options for armors." So what do you guys think? Do you think they should add pre-existing passives on different armor types and all that? Like, for example, I know a lot of players wanted unflinching armor passive on heavy armors, but we never got that. So let me know what you think about this. Last but not least, we have the top 3 comments. If you guys would like to be featured on the video, all you have to do is comment down below, and that's it. The first top comment is by Dog is Happy 0, a deep rock drink emote, straight through the helmet, just as Lady Liberty intended. Let's say that Deep Rock Galactic is definitely the crossover. I would love to see a helmet where the beard sticks out, maybe a weapon or some sort from the game. Just something cool like that would be awesome to see. The second top comment is by SCT Ninja Strike. I swear, if the next major order releases the Hive Lord, I'm going to be so happy. That battle would be pure chaos in the best way possible. Indeed it would be, my friend, and I don't know if it's going to happen. To be fair, I think there might be a few other bugs or terminids that are going to pop up first before we see the Hive Lord, and maybe that will be the final battle, right? To just eliminate all of the gloom. The third and final comment is by Shogun Box. I would like a crossover with aliens. I want to use a pulse rifle with medium armor penetration. Yes, aliens would be a great crossover, and we actually need a weapon with medium armor penetration. A rifle, a pulse rifle, any sort of rifle in my opinion, because the last one, the crossover wasn't bad. You got a Plaz sniper rifle, and it's alright. It's not bad, but it's alright. Those right there are the top 3 comments. If you guys would like to, join my Discord down below in the description. It's free, it's easy, and all that good stuff. If you would like to become a member, definitely do so. I appreciate everyone that supports the channel through memberships. It definitely helps out a lot. And if you guys haven't already, check out all the videos from before. It's definitely worth watching. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.